Turkey is in intensive negotiations over its alternative to the India-Middle East corridor plan that was agreed at this month's G20 summit, as the country seeks to bolster its historic role as a transport route for the goods moving from Asia to Europe. Ankara has pushed back against the proposed India-Middle East route that was to transport goods from the subcontinent through the United Arab Emirates, Saudi Arabia, and Jordan and Israel to the European markets. The mooted corridor, backed by the US and European Union as they attempt to repel China's growing influence, would completely bypass Turkey. Recep Tayyip Erdogan, the president of the Turkey, said after the G20 that there can be no corridor without Turkey. He further said the most appropriate route for the trade from east to west must pass through the Turkey. His foreign minister Hakan Fidan has also doubled down his efforts to congest people around him, suggesting more strategic concerns were at play. A trade route does not only mean meeting trade alone, it's also a reflection of geostrategic competition. Fidan, the foreign minister of Turkey, said in a response to a question from the Financial Times. He further said that Turkey is keen to emphasize its traditional role as a bridge between East and West, a history that dates back centuries to the Silk Roads. Ankara has instead touted as alternative called the Iraq Development Road Initiative, with Fidan insisting intensive negotiations were underway with Iraq, Qatar, and the UAE about a project that would be forged within the next few months. Map showing the planned Middle East transport corridors, the proposed $17 billion route would take goods from the Grand port in oil-rich southern Iraq through the 10 Iraqi provinces and into the Turkey, according to the diagrams released by the Baghdad government. The plan would rely on 12,000 kilometers of high-speed rail and a parallel road network. The scheme has three phases, with the first aiming for the completion in 2028 and the last in 2050. Analysts, however, say there are concerns over the feasibility of the development road project on financial and security grounds. Turkey lacks the financing to realize the full scope of the project and seems to be counting on UAE and Qatar support to build the proposed infrastructure. This was said by Emre Peker, European director at the Eurasia Group think tank. He also said that for that to happen, the Gulf states would need to be convinced of good returns on investment, something that is not imminently evident with the development road project. Peker further added there are also issues around security and stability that threaten both construction and long-term feasibility of the project. Iraq is blighted by the rampant corruption, decaying infrastructure, weak government, and regular bouts of political instability. It is also not clear how Iraq will finance the project. Analysts and Western diplomats have also noted the proposed G20 corridor would also be decades in the making, if it materialized at all. Turkey has sought to straddle the strategic line between West and East by attempting to maintain strong relations with the US and European Union and also Russia and China. The approach has at times stoked tensions with the West. This week, for example, two Turkish companies were hit and US sanctions for allegedly aiding Russia's war against Ukraine. Ankara has generally been supportive of China's Belt and Road Initiative, but its role in the scheme has been limited. Beijing has made about $4 billion in the investments in Turkey through Belt and Road Initiative, accounting for just 1.3% of the total, according to a recent study by Carnegie Endowment for International Peace. However, Erdogan may get an opportunity to make his case as soon as he meets the US counterpart Joe Biden on the sidelines of the next week's UN General Assembly. On the other side, Turkey wields considerable political influence in the region and is capable of facilitating trade negotiations and resolving disputes among the countries participating in the corridor. Thank you very much.